श्रीभगवान् उवाच पार्थनेवेह्यनामुत्र विनाशस्तस्य विद्यते न हि कल्याणकृत् कश्चित् दुर्गतिं तात गच्छति. As we have been discussing, Arjuna asked the question. The question was very practical, that when a person is neither this side nor that side, but has Shraddha, has good effort, but the effort is not adequate. So there was some type of disturbance. And what will happen to that person if that person dies? So don't you think that he will die with frustrations? Okay, he will die with frustrations. What will happen to him later on? Because we know all the time, life is nothing but managing one's own frustration. And if the person dies with frustration and later on also the frustration continues, then what is the purpose of it? So what would be his or her life after death? Because as you know, the life is not all about this physical body. Even though mainly Christianity highlights about life is only one, but there are many questions that you know better. I am not going to get into the logical part, which is not right at this moment. But the truth, the reality is that it's not one life. We are surviving. That's why even if also when we say rest in peace, what does the rest in peace? Does the body rest in peace? But let us say the soul. That means what? Soul survives after the death. So that's why one has to be very clear first that it's not about one life. It is all about life. Prior to this body we were alive, and remember now while we are in this body, of course we are not alive, we are dying. This is the problem. And after this body falls, of course again we are alive. This much I can assure you, okay? Only when we are in this body we are not alive. Always we are dying. You understand? This is the difference. However, coming back to the point here. So very nicely Lord Krishna answers. He Partha, नैवेह्य नामुत्र विनाशस्तस्य विद्यते इति. हे पार्थ, न एव इहलोके न अमुत्र परस्मिन् वा लोके विनाश तस्य विद्यते. So there is nothing called destruction that will happen to this person. Because please understand, here when vinasa we say, that is called destruction when you come down, when you fall down. Destruction is not related to anything. Remember, this body somehow it will go through geriatric problem, it will fall down. But when your thinking falls down, and of course that is called destruction. That's why maintaining the thinking is more important. And of course when you want to maintain the thinking, the atmosphere also must support it. Some cases atmosphere is very good, but person's thinking is very low. Some people thinking is very high, their thinking is very high, But unfortunately, atmosphere does not support. That's why they struggle and struggle. Then finally they also fail. It is very rare to see a person whose thinking is high, also atmosphere supports. That is actually something very nice to have in life. So here he says, look, remember, once you have uplifted yourself, you cannot go through destruction. I am using the very careful one. If you have uplifted yourself, not somebody uplifts you. Generally, we look forward upliftment, either God or Guru or somebody should uplift me. Somebody should save me. It's not going to work. In fact, there is a beautiful saying we say, Angaram satadhautena malinata na jayate. Even if you wash 1,000 times the charcoal, but the blackness from the charcoal will never go away. Only it will make the place more and more black. But there is another point also, says, Prakutim nayamuchyate. Just I am trying to say, Prakutim nayamuchyate. So Prakuti means the personality, you can say, more than habits. Personality. Naivamuchyate is very difficult to go away. But there is also hope. Yadimuchyate, if you really want to make it happen, Sani Shaniti, slowly. You have to say, slowly. It's not that easy really to happen. In fact, let me share one story, okay? So some story should come. One day Narada, you know Narada. Narada is, the person, Devarshi is called, Rishis of Devatas. And he had power, he can appear anywhere, any moment without any invitation. So, some people, they say that he is the first journalist of the universe. And always he creates issue, even if there is no issue. But for good purpose, not present a journalist, okay? Please. However, so one day when he was traveling, so he saw a pig. I'm giving a very good example, okay? Pig, okay? And seeing the pig, he was very uncomfortable. What is this fellow? All the time living in the mud, slushy place, dirty place, and eats a horrible thing. So somehow, this Narada thought, why not to help this jiva, this individual? Because of his divine power and whatnot. Say, look, you are living in a very dirty place. Living, your way of eating, everything is very dirty. Thinking, forget, let me not talk. I thought of giving you a favor. Come with me. I'll take you to heaven and give you a place in heaven. Somehow I'll manage it. And of course, this pig was a little bit tired. Okay. Then Narad said, look, you have to change your get up. You understand? Because you have to give up this. And of course, everything will be done. Yes, no problem. So now, this pig changed into some form and followed Narada. On the way, he was asking, so how is the heaven? He was more curious to know. He says, heaven is fantastic. You will have all sort of food. You will enjoy like anything. Really? Yeah, because there is no need of food. What? Yeah, because without any food, you can survive there. Because if you have food, there is roga bhayam. See, wherever there is food, there is also fear of disease. Bhoge roga bhayam. Okay, let me not get into other mode. So, in heaven, you don't have to worry. The best thing, without any problem. In fact, there is no need. And you will have the best place. You don't have to look for this slushy area, nothing. Then this pig started scratching his hair, okay, head, whatever. Are you sure? You think that I will not have any slushy area? Okay, I can manage, you say without food I can survive, okay, I know. I will not have any slushy area where I can go left and right, I can the way I want to live, I can make the place mess. No, sorry, there is no place that like that. Oh Narada, thank you very much. Will you please send me back? Wherever I was in fact in a better place, I was comfortable. I don't want heaven because I think heaven is not my cup of tea or my place. Please, I request you, please send me back wherever I was. Remember, this may appear as a story. Look at yourself. The habits that you have, the personality that you have developed. If somebody tries to help you out of that personality, that habit, will you like it? Maybe sometime you will try to put up for some better purpose, some target, some benefit, something. But when you discover it's not going to really, so the conflict that happens in you, like Narada went through, then finally what will say? You will not say, Narada at least was honest, said, okay, I am going back, okay? Sorry, the pig was honest, I made a mistake. The pig was honest, at least could say to Narada, let me go back, please send me back. You will not say that I am going back. You will drop yourself. That is how dropping happens. Why people get dropped? Not because they are grown up, because they are comfortable with their old way of living and thinking. That is how people they drop up in life. All dropout thing happens. However, so here he says, look, here is not situation like that. Little effort. Even if you have put all sort of effort, and of course, you could not achieve this meditation, my calmness, quietude, you didn't understand yourself as you are. He says, look, Iha and Amutta, in here, with reference to here and there is no problem at all. There is no destruction. Why? First of all, here. Even if you have not achieved yourself, even if you have not understood completely yourself as you are, but you are a better person, supposed to be. Look at yourself. This is called assurance. What was you 1 or 2 years before and now you? Is there any difference or not? Has to be there. If it is not there, hey, please give me your head or take my head, okay, either or, okay, with a stone, okay. So either you hit a stone on your head or take my head, hit on my head, okay, both ways okay, I don't mind. So as for the rule, there has to be some change, some improvement. But if there is no improvement, please understand, it's a waste of time you are doing it. Hey, I need more people to talk, okay? So that's why you can continue. Really, I don't want, okay? I am not interested in donkeys, I am interested in horse. 1 horse is enough for me. I don't want hundreds of donkeys. I believe in creating horses. I don't believe in donkeys. This is what I mean, my life. However, coming back to the point. So here itself there is a growth, there is no destruction. And of course, Amutra, after death, there are also no chance. Why says, Nahi Kalyan Krut Kaschit Gatim Tata Gachat. Beautiful point to look at. If, as you know karma theory, if you do good, good has to happen to you. If you have done bad, bad will happen to you. If your whole life you have done good things, putting effort, self-effort to improve yourself, to understand yourself, how can things will go wrong with you? Unless you want to prove yourself, that is another point. You want to prove, you want to boss over, you want to do this, do that, blah, blah, all these things. That means your intention or attitude was not right, not healthy. So definitely based on that you will go through other consequences. But when your attitude is healthy, and you are putting effort consciously, definitely there is nothing will go wrong in your life. And of course, after death, nothing is going to go wrong. In fact, he says, Tata Gacchati, use the word Tata. Tata means generally son. We have a very beautiful saying, to say this thing that generally, if you look at, sometimes it happens, indirectly it is being highlighted here, that generally, sometimes the father, after death, works with the son, or sometimes born as a son. There are there. In fact, most of the time we see grandparents are born as a grandchild in the house, same house. Some cases also has happened that the father dies and mother is pregnant, and later on there is exchange takes place. The husband, is born as a son to the wife, from the wife. There are many cases are there, already has been proved also. So here is been used that, remember, wherever you left, there you will start proceeding. And today who you are is because of your previous karma. Remember this. Even if you take credit, I have put effort. I have done this, I have done that. Starting with your parents. Now tell me, did you choose your parents? Any one of you? Thank God, remember. Had you got the option to choose, I am 100% sure many of you would have discarded, okay? I don't want these parents. Maybe all of you, okay? I cannot say all of you with due respect, many of you, okay? Sorry. Uncle is the best parents, okay? But not my parents. However, did you do anything with reference to your childhood? Definitely. Now tell me, did you do anything with reference to your education? Be honest. I can tell openly, I have not done anything, okay? Even if you read, even if you study or pretend to study, whatever, still remember it was not in your hand. So, स्वामी जी मैं क्लास में हूँ, मुझे 10 मिनट दे दीजिए स्वामी जी। ठीक है, धन्यवाद। Sorry, कोई स्वामी जी लोग आए। So what I am trying to highlight is, even if our education system, that whatever we have studied education, that is not in our hand. It is because of our previous karma, previous life. Now tell me, your boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, husband, wife, whatever, did you choose? Be honest. In fact, you were chosen, okay? Be very honest, okay? You were chosen, you have never chosen. The more you try to choose, more you become failure. Again, why it happened? It is because of your previous karma. Can you see this point? Then your offsprings, your children, whether boy, girl or whatever, did you choose? Definitely not. If you wanted to choose, you would have chosen the best. You will not get a devil. Even if the best you get, you always consider your child is a devil, okay? But you get the best actually. But always you consider they are devils. However, now tell me, your job, have you chosen? Now nothing you have chosen. Means everything has come to you based on your prarabdha. Can you see this point? So that means your previous karma has decided. Only you happens to put into order. Please understand. And because you put into order, you take the credit. And you say, I have done, I have achieved. Only you have put them in order. That's all. So that is what is being highlighted here. That nahi kalyana krit kaschit. Please understand that durgatim gatim iti. If you have done something good, you will never face anything bad in your life. So any bad thing that is happening to me or anybody, that means what does it mean? I must have done something bad in my previous life. This is called karma theory. So that's why what I need to do here is, so I need to look at that whatever effort I am putting it will never go waste. That's why when I am putting effort, I have to be honest. My attitude is supposed to be healthy. Then only I will see a big change in my life. That's why further it says, let us read verse number 41. Prapya punyakrutam lokan ushitva Saraswati sama Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Brashto Vijayate. Says beautifully how the person's life will be. It's very simple. Prapya Punyakritya Lokan. As you know, karma theory, very simple. If you have put lot of effort, this is how the Christianity and all the religion have picked up this thread from here. But halfway, not completely. So you will die permanently in heaven. So this permanent here is also same thing. It's not permanent, it is, long time. So what happens when you have tried to understand, spend time to really understand yourself, but somehow there was some falling down. Because of your punya, that's why we say a Vedantin must have a lifestyle. A wise person must have a lifestyle. These cranky fellows all over the world now, without lifestyle, they claim they are wise. It's not going to work. Because a wise person has to live a dharma, life of a dharma. Because if the person, dharma means what is right for me, that is also equally right for others. What is wrong for me is equally wrong for others. What we call in short universal value. A wise person has to respect universal values. There is no choice. And if the person does not respect universal values, that person is neither called a wise, cannot be wise. That's why here is being said, Prapya Punya Kritya Lokhan. Because the person has lived the life of a dharma. What do we call it? So dharmic way of living, virtuous way of living, healthy way of living. Keeping with dharma, the person has led his or her life. Definitely, by default, the person will have a better loka. So loka means a field of experience. So once the person has got a better loka field of experience, and that took very long time. Saraswati means permanently, it's not permanently, for a long time, for countless years. So that is what they converted into, permanent dining. You understand? So because the person will live for countless in different lokas. So what present days we call as aliens or different, planets. Where you are more elevated. And after leaving that, then what happens? Beautifully, again you have to be born. There is no choice for you because you have not understood. So where you will be born? This is a beautiful point we can look at in two ways. Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Bhrashtaha Avijayate iti. So the one who is yoga bhrashta means what? The one who has put effort, has done everything, but towards last some falling down, could not appreciate, could not understand, could not avoid in one's own self. But was putting all the time effort. So that person, what happens? Has to be born where Srimatam Gehe, in the house of a wealthy person. And of course, not only wealthy, also along with that, Suchinam Gehe. So Suchina means the one who is cultured. So you are born in the house of a wealthy and cultured person. House. Imagine, what a beautiful combination. That's why by default we say, we'll be seeing in Vibhuti Yoga, wherever you see the greatness of a person, that is called Iswara. Whoever is born in rich house, they must have done some good thing. Or else, why a person, when a child is born, some child are not able to get milk to drink. And some children are born with a golden spoon. It is not because all children are innocent. They are God. But why there is injustice? Why God creates injustice? This is what Christianity cannot answer. Because of my previous karma. So based on the previous karma, that's why the wealth that you have today is not because of this life. Remember this. It is carried forward from previous life. In fact, whole life is nothing but your previous life karma. That's why the prarabdha, including the body that you have, the disease that you have, negative part, okay? The complexes that you have with reference to body, all are related to your previous karma. That's why better do better karma, so that at least if not knowledge, at least previous, coming life will be taken care. Can you see this point? So that's why we say very carefully, Srimadam Gehe. So the person will be born in a rich, wealthy family. And along with the wealth, there will be culture. Suppose you are in a wealthy family, no culture. What will happen? You will develop all sorts of bad habits, insecurities. So that means there is some issues that we'll see some time in details, not in keeping with this class. Maybe sometimes we'll talk on karma theory and question answer, we can take it. So that's why a person who is in the path of this knowledge has put a lot of effort. Even if the person does not understand in this life, after death, the person will really enjoy for some time in different locus and later on will be born in a wealthy and cultured family. So that you don't have to put much effort. Especially that will happen towards the end of the life. Whatever desire will be stronger. Based on that, your coming life will be. So if you want to enjoy, let us say, power, you will discover you will be born in such a family, such a way, you will be really getting power. I can tell you best example which really comes to my mind is present Prime Minister of India. He was a nobody, to be very honest, from ordinary family. Maybe he is the one person maybe in the world who has created record in this regard. I respect him, even though I disagree in many ways. First time he entered to the lower parliament, what you call as, here we call assembly, but in your country called lower parliament. First time he went and he became the head. And he came to the central parliament first time and he became the prime minister. And so far he has not seen defeat. So far. Not a single time he has seen the defeat. So that means it very clearly shows that he must, and of course he is living like any Swami. In fact, Swamijis are not living that lifestyle what he's living. I'm sorry to say. And of course now his look also, okay, long beard after this corona. So what I'm trying to highlight here is just example sake. I'm not here to bring anybody unnecessarily. What I'm highlighting here is that what is deep within bugging you, and if that continues especially towards the death, that will be the key factor for your next birth. That's why one has to be very honest, very clear in this regard. More of it we'll see tomorrow, because as some Swamijis are there. Okay, so thank you all of you. Please close your eyes. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shant Shant Shanti.